Hello Darts Nutz, welcome to Darts Review channel, and I've got another quick review here, and this is from the Target Sports Japan range, and these are the Cathy Leung Charis. I also have a problem saying that word. Charis. I can't get my tongue around it. Charis Generation 5, a really nice looking dart. So let's check them out. So I'm reviewing the 24g version. They're also in 22g in steel tip, 19g in soft tip, and the 90% tungsten, and the retail for £99.95. Darts come in this cardboard packaging, as you can see, neatly done, and inside that you've got a Target tin, Target Japan, and again very neatly done, and that's got a dense foam inlay with everything inside. You've got your silver Swiss point removal tool, you've got a set of the K-Flex Flight blue intermediate number 6 size, so a small standard, and the darts fitted into this quite chunky dart holder, which if you've got a couple of soft tip points you can use it as a little dart stand to lean like that with the points sticking out. So that's what you get in the pack. The darts fit with the Target 30mm Storm silver nano points, and the barrel is a front tapered style, and it's been inspired by, I think it was like a drop of water hitting a pool and creating like a ripple effect. So that's what that section is at the front, and then on the rear section it's inspired by I think it's pronounced pave diamonds. So it has a grippy section on the rear, and quite a lot of the Asian barrels do tend to favour rear grips, but you've got some grip there, although that kind of like ripple smooth part there, not that grippy. So I would say that section and that definitely are the two main grippy parts. For mid grippers there's only like them kind of like etched out squares which are providing a little bit of grip, but really nice looking dart with that DLC coating. So you get various colours, kind of a mix of turquoisey blues, a little bit purple, kind of like little bits of maybe like yellowy goldy colour. I'm sure there might be a little bit of green in there. Nah, I don't know. And we all know green's the best. I think it's more like a turquoisey colour, but it is a really nicely done dart. But for me as a front gripper, I think it's probably going to be one for rear grippers mostly, but the balance is not too bad in the fingers there, so we'll see how it is when I come to throw it. But it's fitted with the K-Flex intermediate, and they're the blue number 6 all standard. So I'll give you a super close look at the grip now. Right, unfortunately this is another one of the clips that I'd done previously where the microphone hadn't been working, but I didn't know until this. But as you can see at the front, it's got that ripple effect, which is meant to be like a stone hitting the water, or like a ripple that you get on a pond rippling out, and then it goes into a thin ring grip with lateral cuts running through it, and obviously a little bit grippier there because of that. And then around the midsection you've got mostly a smooth part except for these diamond shaped indents cut into it, and the grooves either side just giving a little bit of grip, but not massively grippy on there. But then the grippy part is the rear section, which I think it's called a pave grip, which is kind of like curved grooves and double thin rings with lateral cuts. Nice effect there, and it's meant to be like looking like diamonds shining, and I suppose the circular indents kind of do look like that in a way when it catches the light. So that is the rear grip, and like I said, everyone of the Asian barrels often seems to favour the rear grip, but there you go. So that's the super close look at the Charis Gen 5. The That's fitted with the silver 30mm target Storm Nano points, and you've got that rippled nose which is approximately 8.7mm, a little bit hard to get it exact, and then it kind of starts going into a thin ring grip with the lateral cuts, so 10.8 for that, and then including that section with the kind of diamond indents and the ring and groove either side, that's 10mm, and then the rear grip with that kind of curved double thin ring grip and lateral cuts is 17.5mm to the end. Length is 47mm, wide is 7.3mm. $24 exactly. 24 exactly again. 24 exactly, so perfectly match weighted. Full setup is 25.42 So here's the balance with nothing attached, and this is the balance with the supplied setup. So as expected, the rear section is the grippiest, I'd say 6.5. Let's give them a throw and see how they go. First off, I'm just going to hold it right on the nose, so I'm on that kind of like ripple kind of ring grip. Probably not enough grip there, and there's probably not enough width as well for me to get a proper hold of it, but we'll see. It's going through the air quite nice, but oh, the famous double three saved us. But yeah, there's definitely not quite enough space there for me to get a full grip onto it, and definitely not grippy enough there for me, so I'm going to move up. So I'm kind of like where the cross cuts are, and a little bit on the ring and groove grip after it, so that feels a little bit better, I think. I think that's just outside the wire. But it is going through the air rather nice. Just look at that, it's right on the edge. And that feels a little bit better as well in terms of the grip. And although these are 24 they actually feel quite light. But these are my first throws as well, so I'm not doing too bad considering. I'm getting a few that are quite close, but that doesn't feel too bad at all, holding it on that section there. So I'm going to move to the mid part now. So on the mid part you've got that kind of like square milled out sections and mostly smooth around there, so probably less grip overall. And strangely, it seems to be spinning more there. It don't make any sense sometimes. Yeah, got one. Oh, got the wrong one. I wanted that last time. I'm not sure I would say that's a good spot for grip there. A bit like the front, there's not a lot of grip, but I don't know, it just felt nicer from the bit in between the front and the mid part. What was I on? 13, wasn't it? Oh, wrong double again. That one went a bit smoother like. Ah, another wrong double. What's going on? Well, like I said, I was getting close. So I'm going to try the rear section now, which is definitely the grippiest part. And like a lot of Asian players, I think a lot of them are rear grippers anyway. And it does feel rather nice, that grip on the rear. I was on 16, wasn't I? Or was I? Yeah, I was, wasn't I? Not too bad through the air, bit of spin, but fairly smooth. Well, that one went rather smooth, but I didn't hit my target. But I always say I'm not a natural rear gripper, but I have improved with the rear grip the last couple of years. It took us a long time though. I think I hit the 19, but not the actual board. I think it was the number. But I'll have one more throw at the trebles with the rear grip because almost feels like it's got something there. Right, I'm just trying to get my fingers settled on it better. Wow, that one went rather nice. Well, them three actually went through the air rather nice indeed. So I would definitely say it's a nice one for rear grippers, and probably if you're not fully at the front and maybe just front of centre, it actually felt rather nice throwing it from there. Midsection, it'll work, but I think you're just getting less grip. But quite a nice start overall. It is really nicely machined and it looks nice. So you would expect that though from that particular Japanese range of the top player darts. They just make them really fancy looking. Whether you need that kind of a dart though, doesn't really matter, I suppose. I think if you want it, you're going to get it anyway. But I would say definitely it's one that rear grippers are probably going to get the best out of, obviously because of the grip and the way it is. But I'd say some front grippers are probably going to be quite happy with it, so it could be worth a look for some front grippers. So that's the end of the video. I'll see you in the next one. Happy darting.